Yo, here we go. Episode number 7 of the You Trippin podcast. I am your host. Just call me Twin. Like I said, this is episode 7. I've been scrolling up and down timelines lately and everything. And as y'all know, I'm sure, for you watchers, obviously, Power is coming to an end. Well, I think the what is it? They call it like a mid-season finale or something like that. That's on Sunday, tomorrow, or I guess dropping tonight or whatever, however you look at it. And I've been seeing some people lately, man. They've been going a little crazy with it. They said I've been seeing some people say that Power is the greatest show of all time, the greatest TV show of all time. And I was like, you tripping. I mean, you just call it what it is. I can think of a lot of different shows that are better than Power. Don't get me wrong, I watch Power. I love it. I think it's a good show. But some of the stuff I see on Power is just, man, it's not realistic. I don't see it as it's not realistic, man. Like even with this last episode, I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, like it's a lot of climactic parts in it, and some good acting, I guess you can say, but like some of the stuff, it just wouldn't happen. It just won't. Like, how many times is Ghost gonna get like surprised that somebody knows that he's Ghost? Like every time somebody be like, "Oh, I know who you are," and then they be like, "Ghost," and they be like, "What? You know I'm Ghost?" Like, yes, we know you Ghost. It's season 6. Yes, we know you Ghost now, bro. Like, you been Ghost since season 1. First episode, you was killing people. Like, I just think it's funny. I'm like, bro, okay. At some point, they kind of drug it on for 6 seasons, I guess, at this point. But I'm like, bro, at some point, you got to be like, Ghost just got to own up to it. And they just going to say, hey, I know who you are. He going to be like, all right. Okay, and what? Like, what are we going to do about it? So, I just think that's one of the funniest things. I mean, what happened last episode, man? Oh, the whole Tariq thing, too. I'm just like, bro, come on, man. Like, he's still at Ghost Neck. Every time Tariq talk to Ghost crazy, Ghost gets this look on his face like he's still surprised. I'm like, bro, this been going on since Raina died. I mean, what you expect? Tariq is Tariq at this point. And it's like every time Tariq say something slick to him, like, oh, we got you this nice house. These droids got you this nice house. You would never mind that. It's like, he get this look on his face like, you can't talk to me like that. I'm like, bro. Dude, come on, man. What else? So we got Tariq. What else be happening? Oh, these the worst set of cops I ever seen. Cops, lawyers, all of them. They just all bad. Like, they should all lose their jobs. By this time, everybody should have been fired. And it's crazy. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I was like, it's crazy how out of all these lawyers and cops and everybody, the last one standing is like Cooper Sacks. I'm like, Jerry Ferrero, who plays Proctor, he's not still standing. Donovan's not still standing because Dre killed him. Angela dead. Tommy killed her. Who else? They transferred the black lady to like another district because she was messing up, whatever. Sandoval got killed. I'm like, dang, all these people that they could have picked, and they picked Cooper Sacks. I'm like, really? But at the end of the day, like I said, none of them should have a job by this time because they keep on convicting the wrong people. They bending all the rules, breaking the rules. These cops don't know what they talking about. They planting wires, chasing people down. I'm like, dude, this got to be the worst set of cops, lawyers that I've ever seen on any TV show. I mean, at least on SVU, they solved the crime. Like, SVU, they at least be like, all right, it'll last for an hour. And then that's it. It's been 6 seasons, and they still ain't figured out. They still ain't caught Ghost. And then the one time they did catch Ghost, it was because Angela caught him, and it was something that he really genuinely did not do. How crazy is that? But I mean, he might get caught now. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens next episode because who snitched? Tasha snitched on him. I guess Dre tried to plant that gun or whatever to make it look like he killed somebody. Who was it they trying to say? He tried to say he killed. I don't remember. But yeah. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But that just got me to thinking. I was like, all right. They talking about what the greatest shows of all time are. And I'm like, it's definitely not Power. I don't even know if Power is really in the top 10. That's difficult to say if Power's in the top 10. I don't know, man. I watch TV, but I've never been like a huge series watcher. I watch a lot of different stuff. Like I watch like American Horror Story. I mean, y'all can see my shirt. I watch The Office. If you don't watch The Office, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't know what to tell you. If you don't watch The Office by now, hey, and it's like the top streaming series on Netflix, which I think says a lot. But hey, maybe it doesn't. Anyways, I was like, man, I was thinking, I was like, all right, let me get y'all my top, I'd say 5 shows that I enjoy. That you could say that would, like go down as like all-time shows. The 3 right off the bat for me is Martin, The Office, obviously, like I said, and I would say Law and Order SVU. I don't really care for the regular one, but SVU I feel like is legendary. Like I feel like everybody watch SVU, like celebrities, anybody with a TV really. I feel like anybody with a TV has at least seen one episode of Law and Order SVU. So there's that. But then I mean I watch Seinfeld. I know a lot of people might not watch it. It's kind of dry humor. But I think that might be one of the greatest shows of all time too. Probably, I mean, for me, like I said, it might be like top 5 for me. But for y'all, top 10, 20, whatever. But then you got all the old schools, like you got Fresh Prince. I'm not a cartoon watcher, but I know some people gonna say The Simpsons. Even the Boondocks, really. What's that other one? South Park. What else you got? The Wayans Bros. Let me see, what else is on here? The Golden Girls, that's for the real old school people. Roseanne, Friends, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Wire, that's a good one. Oh yeah, I never watched Breaking Bad, but hey. I was gonna say Game of Thrones. Look, man, I'm not a big fan of like the whole medieval TV shows and everything. So, hey, but one of my friends, A-Dog, shout out to A-Dog. A-Dog got me hooked on Game of Thrones. And I watched it. I watched like I don't even know how many seasons is it? Like 5 maybe? And they're coming out with like a prequel, like the Dragon House or something like that. I watched it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I never really got hooked on it like that. It was just one of those shows where I was like, I watched it because my friends told me to. And I'm like, okay, like, it's not bad, but I'm like, people was like addicted to Game of Thrones. And I never seen it. So I was like, let me watch. And I started watching. And then my opinion didn't really change even after I watched it. I sat there and it was like, okay, I see how it could be a good show. Like everybody was like, oh, start off slow and you'll get into it later. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I was being patient with it and everything. I got to like the 2nd season and stuff, or I think it was like probably the end of the 1st season. And it was just, I don't know, mediocre to me. And then I seen somebody Halloween costume actually that was like, she had on, it just said like GOT across her chest, obviously, which is like Game of Thrones, and she was in a trash bag, symbolizing that the last season of Game of Thrones was trash. And I feel like a lot of people are consistent with that thought. But I'm not going to say it was trash. I'm not going to say the whole series itself was trash, but it just wasn't for me. I tried to watch it. it wasn't bad, but I wouldn't put it in like, personally, I wouldn't put it in my top 10. A lot of my top 10 would be older shows, like I said, like Martin, The Office. The Office is actually pretty old, believe it or not. I think it came out like early 2000s or something like that. I don't know when exactly it came out, but it came out like early 2000s and stuff. And it just started randomly getting big. So like that, Martin, Fresh Prince, anything that I watched on BET as a kid, I guess. Nickelodeon and stuff like that. Even like Rugrats, like that was my show. Like I would put a lot of this, and those were a different type of series because it wasn't a continuation of like the same plot in a sense. So I guess, you know, if you want to talk about those in like a different sense as like a Power or a Game of Thrones where the same thing is kind of continuously happening, I could see where you be going with it. Even like Martin, because Martin doesn't really have like the same storyline throughout. It's a different storyline every episode, which, you know, I liked it. I think a lot of people like Martin. So, I mean, it is what it is. But Power, hey man, look, like I said, it's good, but the greatest of all time, yeah, you're tripping. One of the greatest of all time, you still tripping to me. There's so many shows that are better than Power. It's good, but there's a lot of shows that are better than Power. It's, I guess, technically coming to the end and they're doing all these spinoffs. I don't even know if I'm going to watch the spinoffs. No, I'm lying. I'm probably watching them. And I think that's the crazy thing. That's how you know it's good, though, is that it's so many unrealistic things that are going on in Power, but you don't stop watching it. So they have you hooked. But at the same time, I'll be like, man, look, I've been invested for 5 seasons. And then y'all going to end it like this. So I'm really curious to see what happens tonight. What happens on this next episode. Because I don't know what to think anymore. Everybody starts snitching on Ghost. I never thought I would have seen a dead Ghost. He just straight told on Tasha. Like, and I thought he was just like lying. But he did it so fast. I was like, dang. He really snitched. He was like, I'd get your whole babysitting operation shut down. Then she like, oh, whatever. And then he called with an anonymous tip. I'm like, he really just snitched. Ghost snitched on Tasha. And then they started playing it. And I thought that was crazy too, matter of fact. I forgot to mention that. How is Terry still in this trunk? Terry been in the trunk since like, what, season 4, 5? He been in the trunk for like 10 episodes. And now he just like a washed up... I'm like, come on, ain't nobody see this Infinity parked in the corner in the same spot, not moving for 15 episodes? Y'all seen it, so I know somebody working at wherever this parking garage had to see it. Like, come on, man, Terry been in the trunk that long. It's like, really? Ain't nobody find this man. Ain't no family file a missing persons report. Ain't nobody look around to figure out who his last location was. And that's the crazy thing. They be inconsistent with it, right? They be like, oh, like I think that dude that Tommy killed in Proctor apartment. It was like, oh, his last location, his phone was pinging off this cell tower. Why did they do that for Terry? If you found the last tower that Terry's cell phone was pinging off of, probably would have led you to that parking garage. And then somebody probably could have called his phone and it'd have been like, oh, he's in the trunk. But y'all just let this man just deteriorate in the Infinity trunk and ain't nobody smelled his dead body yet. I'm like, come on, Power. What's the writer name? Courtney Yates Kemp. Come on, Courtney. You know better than that, Courtney. You're a good writer, too. I'll give you that. But come on, Courtney. That's what you came up with? I thought something was going to happen, like he wasn't going to be in the trunk. And like Terry was still alive. Ghost ain't really choke him out for real. Like he just wanted him to leave. So he hemmed him up, choked him out. And Terry really left the city like he was originally supposed to do. And then now he going to come back for top. Whatever. Something. But I'm like, so that's just going to end like that? He just in the trunk? He just laying in the trunk like that, balled up, head all gray. I'm like, come on, man. This what it's come to? So I'm like, man, look, I get it. Y'all caught up in the hype of Power. Not y'all. Some people are because they saying it's the greatest show ever. So, I mean, y'all caught up in the hype of Power and everything. I'm like, look, man, look. It's good. It's a good show. Don't get me wrong. But in the words of, who was that? Country Wayne, you got too much dip on your chip saying that this is the greatest show of all time. Because it is far from that. It is not the greatest show of all time. It never will be the greatest show of all time. Some people will put The Wire, which is kind of similar to Power. Some people will put The Wire over Power. Because they kind of fall in that same realm as like drug dealer, whatever type of series. I don't know if I would. That's a difficult conversation because The Wire is older. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of the older TV show. There's not a lot of good TV on right now that has like a good series. The newer ones I would say that I've gotten into is like Blacklist, Animal Kingdom. Back when it was on, I think they ended it, but like Teen Wolf. What else is newer? I never watched Breaking Bad, so I can't comment on Breaking Bad, but I heard good things about it. I watched a lot of Netflix series too, though. So like, what was it? Person of Interest? That was a really good series to me. I'm trying to think of new stuff. I don't know, but yeah, like Power would be in those groupings of those new things for me where it's like, I mean, maybe it's like the top 10 or top 5 of the most recent ones. I guess you could say it's probably top 5 of the most recent shows that I came out and just say like the past 10 years or something like that. So it's like 2009 is one of the most, definitely one of the most viewed, one of the most watched shows. And probably one of the best in the last 10 years and everything. But of all time, you stretching it now. We can't go of all time because there's so many old school shows that are just way, way better than Power, man. Realistically. And I know I'm not tripping. Some of y'all might disagree, but I know I'm not tripping about this. Power's good. Again, Power is a good show. It has good actors. Some of them are bad actors. I'm not going to call them by name, but it's some bad actors on there. Some of these people, I wish they was dead, like in the show, not in real life. In real life, that has nothing to do with the TV show. Which I feel like is a crazy thing, too. Like, I've seen a lot of people criticizing people lately for the roles that they play in TV shows and stuff. And I'm like, they acting like they're actors. That's not who they are really as a person. Like, they're acting. This what they get paid to do. So you can't be upset because somebody's doing a good job of acting. If you're criticizing them of their job of acting, it probably means they did a good job of doing their job. They did a good job acting because it offended you to the point where you felt like it was real. So don't get mad at people because they're doing their job. That's weird, I think. But anyway, yeah, man. Like I said, Power's good and all that, but it's not the greatest of all time. Greatest shows of all time. You got Martin up there. Fresh Prince probably up there. The Office, for me, I'm biased. I love it. It's dry humor. I just love the show. I still watch it to this day, every day. I watch at least probably 2 to 3 episodes of The Office every day, and I got them memorized, and I still watch them, and they still funny. So, whatever. But, yeah, my top 5, let me think. I said Martin. I say The Office. I don't remember what other ones I said, but whatever. It's not Power. Power is not up there. So stop saying that. Y'all tripping. It's really not up there, man. It might get there one day. It's still going on. It's just not the best show. It's not gonna ever be the best show. I just say it's not gonna ever be the best show. It's just not. Let's be realistic here. 50 and them did a great job. Courtney, even though I like the ones that 50 produced. 50 ones that 50 produced are real nice. But like the series as a whole, from episode 1 to episode 6, definitely fell off to me. It fell off. But at the same time, I feel like you expect that because people get killed in shows like these. So a lot of the good actors have, kind of just got killed off the show. Like, I liked Proctor, man. Proctor was good. I don't even know why 50 killed himself. I was like, how Kanan died? Like, that was my guy. Rest in peace to Kanan. Gotta get some Kanan Kush. Nah, I don't want to smoke. But yeah, man, that's all I have for y'all. I seen that and I was like, bro, y'all tripping. You cannot be sitting here telling me that Power is the greatest show of all time. It will never be the greatest show of all time because there are so many shows that are ahead of it. And maybe I should talk about movies. I might do that on the next episode. We're not going to do that right now because I don't feel like talking about it right now. So, like I said, Power is not up there. It will never be up there. And The Office is the best show of all time. It's not, but it's up there. So anyway, like I said, man, this is episode 7 of the You Trippin podcast. Power is not the greatest show of all time. Once again, I'm your host. Just call me Twin. Come back for episode 8. Share all these episodes. Subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that. And comment on this one and let me know what your top 3 is of all-time TV shows. And tell me if I'm wrong. If you think that. But I'm probably not. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, episode number 7 of the You Trippin podcast. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, yeah.